What's up, everybody? My name is Nick. I am the owner of Thrive Automotive in Redding, California, and Anderson Automotive in Anderson, California. And today I wanted to do a video about some of the common car myths we hear in this industry. So let's go over some. Myth number one, premium fuel. I can't tell you how many times in this business somebody comes in, has a concern, a misfire, something of that nature, their vehicle running rough, and they say, oh, I put premium fuel in it and it helped out for a little bit. Unfortunately, that is not true. Premium fuel is actually less able to combust, so it doesn't help a vehicle that is not designed for it. It's not actually like a cleaner fuel or a more enriched fuel. It doesn't do anything for your engine. The reason that you put it into turbocharged cars is or high performance cars is because they run a higher compression ratio. So the engine actually produces more heat, which can cause internal problems. I'll leave it at that. So we have to use a premium fuel or higher octane fuel, which is actually harder to light on fire, to combust. So premium fuel does not help if you're having an issue with your vehicle. Don't waste your money on putting premium fuel in to take better care of your vehicle. It is literally just a waste of money. It's not cleaner, it's not filtered more. It is designed for vehicles with higher compression ratios or turbochargers, which superchargers, forced induction. So don't waste your money. Myth number two would be oil changes. You don't need to change your oil every 3,000 miles anymore. I still wouldn't recommend the 10,000 miles that most manufacturers recommend. However, I would recommend not doing it every 3,000 miles. I believe that's a waste of money. We're setting most between 5,000 and 6,000 depending on the application. 10,000, I believe the oil will go that long. The problem is the filtration and the oil levels is the thing we see. Most people aren't checking their oil like they once did. And if you go 10,000 miles, rarely are you actually checking the oil in between then, and modern engines use oil. In fact, they use oil more than ever, really, and that becomes a very big problem when your engine uses oil and you don't check it. Obviously, that creates issues. So I think this one has kind of fallen by the wayside in the last year. I see more people extending their intervals out than keeping them too short, but we still have a few customers that are that old 3,000 mile deal, and save your money. Myth number three would be, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, I somewhat believe in that. However, modern vehicles do require maintenance, and maintenance is everything. It is going to save you so much money. Ask any mechanic who's been doing this long enough. The people whose cars get maintenance over and over and over, they last longest. They see us less with these huge repairs. Things do happen, of course. It's like the human body, you know? If you smoke, you're way more likely to have health issues than if you don't, right? You can still have health issues if you don't, but you're way less likely. And that's how I look at maintenance. $1 in maintenance is worth $100 in repair. So definitely don't just avoid the mechanic and not do any maintenance because your car isn't broken, because it'll all add up. We call it deferred maintenance, and it'll bite you at some point. So I would say myth number three is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Myth number four is one that I've heard more than any, and I'm sure everyone else has as well. All mechanics are scammers, or they're trying to cheat you. Well, I've been in this industry my whole life, literally. I started professionally when I was 16, didn't graduate high school. This is all I've done. I've worked at shops, I've been in shops. I have seen some horrific problems in our industry for sure. However, every shop I've ever worked for was completely honest. In fact, to a fault. Most shop owners are struggling, and you don't know it. They will give the shirt off their backs. And I know, all the customers or consumers out there are going to be like, yeah, they charge an arm and a leg. This stuff is expensive inherently. To operate an automotive shop is very expensive. And I think mechanics get a really, really bad name because they're really bad communicators. A lot of the times I've seen where somebody thinks they got scammed because the mechanic, technician, shop owner couldn't communicate what they're doing correctly, and that gets them in trouble later. So I would say myth number 4 is probably the one closest to my heart, because I've met so many shop owners that are just trying to do the best they can. And not saying there isn't scammers out there, because there definitely is, and I've definitely seen it. But the vast majority of shop owners are the best people you'll ever meet, and they will do anything for you or your car. I hope that, I feel like in the last few years that myth has died down, but that one's kind of near and dear to my heart. Another one that's a little close to my heart is that we have a magical diagnostic machine, a scan tool, computer, I've heard all those things, that just magically diagnoses the car. Oh my God, I wish that was true. I wouldn't have spent my career pulling my hair out or waking up at 2 a.m. thinking about how to fix a vehicle if that were true. If there was a computer or a box out there that could magically diagnose the car, I would pay a lot of money for it. The person who diagnoses the car is the technician. The human mind is who diagnoses a vehicle, and it takes years of expertise, testing equipment to get it right. So to devalue, I hear that a lot. Oh, just hook up the computer and it'll fix it. My Lord, I wish that was true, honestly. I don't know if I said that already, but we spend so much time learning this stuff. And if you know what these technicians needed to know to do their job, you would be so flabbergasted. They're plumbers, engineers, electrical engineers, hydraulics, thermodynamics, everything, all of that, all in one little thing that moves down the road, and we're trying to figure out what's wrong. Some problems are very easy, but a lot of problems aren't, and they get more and more difficult every year. So there's no magical thing we hook to a vehicle. I'm actually going to do a video on this later, but that would be another one that's near and dear to my heart, especially because I spent my whole career diagnosing vehicles. So hug your local diagnostician. Thanks for watching my video of 5 automotive repair myths debunked. Stay tuned, I'm going to make a few more videos, hopefully in the shop, talking to the guys doing the work, going over a few of those myths more in depth.